day, my wonderful and amiable listeners. I bring to you today again the news. The news headline: Remain unbeat, Nnamdi Kanu tells followers. The news in full. Leaders of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, asked all his followers and sympathizers to remain optimistic. Kanu, according to his special counsel, Mr. Alo Ejimako, stated this when they visited him on Thursday at Abuja headquarters of the Department of State Services, DSS, where he is currently detained. Ejimako, who took his Twitter handle and wrote, "We just concluded with Onyedu Nnamdi Kanu. Today's visitation is very important because of the previously aborted visitation. We had a fruitful interaction and mutually debriefed on all issues. He greets his fellow followers and urged them to remain unbeat." Kanu lawyers' family had cried out foul over the DSS refusal to allow them access to the IPOB leader twice last week, thus raising concern over his safety. Both IPOB and the family had expressed doubt and worry over Nnamdi Kanu's life, arguing that either his health and deteriorated or he is dead. The court had ordered the DSS to allow Nnamdi Kanu lawyer and family access to him twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has appealed to his followers to remain unbeat. Kanu made the appeal during his meeting with his legal team at the headquarters of the Department of State Services, DSS, in Abuja on Thursday. This was disclosed in a tweet by his special counsel, Aloy Ejimako, after the routine meeting. Ejimako hinted that the DSS finally allowed them access to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after some previous failed attempts. He said, and I quote, "We just concluded a visitation with Onyedu Nnamdi Kanu. Today's visitation was very important because of the previously aborted visitation." He also made it known that they had fruitful interaction and mutually debriefed on all issues that was pending. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also greeted his followers and told them and urged them to remain unbeaten. Ejimako and the other legal team had on several occasions failed to see Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS facility. Also, Kanu's family said they have been denied access to the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB leader. The DSS has explained that Kanu family and lawyers could not see him because its operatives in charge then were unavailable. Nnamdi Kanu, who also sent his message of gratitude to his followers through his lawyer, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Mr. Ejiofor took his Facebook page to say, "Update on today's visit on our dear client, Onyedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu." And then he continued, "I visited our indefatigable client today in the company of my colleague, Barrister Aloy Ejimako. Our client, Onyedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was extremely delighted to receive both of us as the visit was interpreted by him as a soul-lifting one. We had a frank and fruitful briefing, and the joint visit offered us ample opportunity to X-ray, review all legal strategies towards getting him freed sooner than expected. He was deeply impressed with milestones so far covered and not without commending us for such an encouraging feat. The details highlighted shall still remain private as it borders on professional interaction. He expressed his profound gratitude to his hardcore followers, millions of his supporters who remain unshaken in their belief in him. He also thanked all of his solidarity and reenacted his resolve never to falter in his belief. He solicited for more of your prayers and supplication to the Almighty Chukwuweka Abiyama, especially in his period of atonement. On our part, we are not leaving any stone unturned in our case to resolve to ensure he regains his freedom within the shortest possible time. Your prayers are not taken for granted. The author and finisher of our faith has remained faithful in our lives. He is doing marvelous works indeed, and to him alone shall all the adoration and glory be ascribed unto. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has also told his people to remain unshaken. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made the appeal during his meeting with his legal team at the headquarters of the DSS in Abuja on Thursday. It was disclosed in a tweet by his special counsel, Mr. Aloy Ejimako, after the return meeting. Ejimako hinted that the DSS had finally allowed them access to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after so many previous failed attempts. He made it known after he concluded a visitation with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that the visitation was very important because of the previous aborted visitation. He also made it known that they had a very fruitful interaction and mutually debriefed on all issues. He also made it known that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu greets all his followers and urged them to remain unshaken. Mr. Aloy Ejimako and Ola legal team had also on several occasions failed to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS facility. Also, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu family also said that the DSS had denied them access to see the indigenous people of Biafra leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The DSS also explained that the Kanu lawyers and family members could not see him because of its operative charge then were not available. Mr. Aloy Ejimako also said that they are not leaving any stone unturned in order to resolve the case so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can receive his freedom within the shortest period of time. He also made it known that the prayers of the people are not taken for granted. The author and finisher of their faith has remained faithful to them. That God is doing marvelous works indeed, and him alone shall all adoration be given to. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also expressed his profound gratitude to his hardcore followers and millions of his supporters who have remained unshaken in their belief in him. He thanked all of them for their solidarity and support towards him. Ejimako also made it known that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was deeply delighted to receive both of them as a visit interpreted as a soul-lifting one.